Hey people, don't step in the TURT, it's the law. I uploaded a long one last night. I'm going to shorten this up and I'm going to fill it full of information and I'm going to make it where anybody can understand it. But this is a TURT. It's the markware. And if you grew up in this time, you know that it's not somewhere you want to be standing. But it's given the meaning of the law. So this is the old Paleo-Hebrew Torah. This is Torah here, the E-T-U-R-E, or Tav, Vav, Resh, He. I'm not going to worry about those Hebrew names. I'm just going to say T-U-R-E. This Vav here can be a U, a V, or a W. But this Tav, the T means the mark. It's the writings, the sign, the seal. It's the mark. And then the Vav is to connect. The Vav is it's a nail, it's a cotter pin. It means to connect, to join together. And then the Resh is the head, and it means the first, to begin, go first. And the E is life. So in that long one I did last night, I explained why the WR means where, and it's WRA is to connect the first knowledge. And that's the first thing you have to learn is where. Before you start moving, you got to know where you're going. Before you start going, you got to know where you're at and to know which way to go. But it's the mark where life. So a rapture would happen anytime someone would rap the Torah. Anytime you talk about it is a rapture. So this list of words meaning the law here, it's word number 8451, and a total of 219 times, 47 times like this. But you see there's a whole bunch of different ways it comes together. And so this is the in Torah, so this would be spelled B-T-U-R-E, and the in Torat, the B-T-U-R-T, the TURT, in the Torati, in the TURTI, in the TURTAU, in the TURTU. It'd just be the same, and with an I here, or possibly an E. They changed the vowels up, however. But yeah, in the TURTI, and end with a U, and to give the TORT, to give the TURT to, in the TURT to give the TURT, fold. But this one here, this TURT, is the mark where mark. And you see it here well. It's a cat leaving its mark on its. This is my territory, and I'm gonna mark where mark. But this one says lamar, the bind word, the command of zat, the tool at, to cut at, the TURT hole, and that's definitely Roadrunner material there. The command to cut at the TURT hole, mark the hole. And so the words read different ways. Sometimes it'll have a hyphen, but you see most of the time comes after this zat, to cut at the TURT, the tool at the TURT. And then sometimes it'll come after a word with a hyphen, and that'll cause it to read backwards and forwards. And so that's true, T-R-U, the true mark where. The true mark is when you're putting a level on something to make sure it's true. Make sure it's plumb, a plumb bob. the true mark, where mark you. He's telling him, he's during a build project. Level it up and mark it where it's true. The true, TRU, mark where? To mark you. So this can mean many things depending on context, but it could be the law is in you have to stand on the TURT. That's the law, or the mark where mark if you are marking a property marker. It's against the law to move markers for government markers for surveying, whatever. It's against the law to move somebody's mark, the TURT, the mark where, but it means many things depending on the context. And you can see in here, if it has the hyphen where it's read backwards, it's also the mark rut, and it's how you hunt. You look for the marks, the signs left behind. You're looking for a deer's rut. Find out where the bucks are. Only bucks rut. To mark the tour. To mark the rut tour. And so, sometimes it's the mark on the map, and to make the true mark, if I'm drawing out a map to my treasure, maybe I don't want to write exactly where it is. Maybe there's a code inside here, and you have to add 10 degrees and 30 feet to find the true mark. And for anybody who doesn't believe me about these words reading backwards, we can see it here in this word treasure. Away the treasures. And it's the axe root, A-X-R-U-T. But we see here that this is the A-T, so it reads backwards to the mark the knowledge. And if you want to mark the knowledge, that's where you're going to, and it has a hyphen, it reads backwards, and that's the T-U-R X or S, the treza, exroot, to dig it up, to excruit the treasure, the T-U-R-X, the mark where X, excruit. All mark where X excruit, the mark of the treasure. Alright, I'm going to cut this one off here. Good day.